Guys, we got a bit of a banger for this one, considering that, oh my god, new shit is coming out, and I'm not sure if this is actually real new shit, okay? Because let's just be real, this is about Vitali, okay? And it comes from the Curl King. Now, for anyone who's actually seeing the QR code, well, at least for those in YouTube, you guys are going to be seeing, you guys are, I think, seeing it right now. Well, it doesn't matter. Well, if you're seeing it, that's actually good. But if you're not seeing it, actually you are. I know that you are. Now, this video is called New Interview. Lolcow Vitali claims he's a changed man and is ready to play ball and go home. The problem with that is he shouldn't have done what he's done. He shouldn't have pressed people. And then this situation should have been avoidable. If only he did his due diligence to research everything, to research what he needed to know before he did what he did. But he didn't do that. So, sucks to be him. Unfortunately, sucks. It really just sucks to be him. It's not my problem anymore. Anyway, this is from the Curl King. If you guys like to actually see it for yourselves, you can actually check out the source video, leave comments there if you're the type to actually jump around. Anyway, let's dive in.
My personal opportunity to ask for the forgiveness of the people he offended and also the Filipino people. And
let's restart the video, sorry. It's just for the streams.
My personal opportunity to ask for the forgiveness of the people he offended and also the Filipino people. And talagang sising-sisi yung tao. Liza, I didn't want to take the case because I was also very mad about what he did. But, you know, we are a Christian nation. We believe in forgiveness, and I hope that dumating tayo doon because this guy is really a changed guy, and she wants to seek forgiveness.
Hey, what's good, guys? I have an insane update on Vitali. He is now a changed man, and he is sorry. He also found God. He's also ready to go back.
He should not have played the mental health and the religion card while he is behind bars. He should not have played that. He looks more pathetic these days. And the only way that he's actually going to get out from there is he really just needs to go through the sentencing, and he needs to go through what he's accused of, and he needs to face the charges head on, and just make sure that he just finish his sentence. Okay.
Home. So where though? I'm not sure, considering the United States and Russia both said we don't want him, so maybe the Russian military will take him. Maybe that's where he'll be returning to. Who knows? But yes, he is claiming in a recent interview that he's a changed man, and he's sorry, he's ready to apologize to the Filipino people, all of that stuff, and, you know, he's not going to do these shenanigans again. The truth is...
yeah, that's not going to happen. You've been doing this repeatedly. You've been doing this repeatedly in the United States, okay? And the more you do not learn, the more damage you're going to do to everyone else. So this is where it's going to stop. The Philippines is where you're going to stop doing that. You do things for granted. It's going to stop dead right where you screwed up.
If he does end up getting released for some reason anytime sooner than he's supposed to, and he gets sent back to Russia, well, he definitely probably won't be doing those shenanigans. It might be a little bit difficult. But no, he's still definitely in hot water. But I want you guys to watch and listen to this interview. It's very interesting. I won't chime in too much. I'll keep my mouth mostly zipped, but I'll have a few things to say here and there. But I'll save most of my thoughts for the very end. Let's get into it.
Attorney, first na po muna, kindly introduce yourself and ano pong designation nyo or participation dito sa case ni Vitali. Go ahead po, ma'am.
All right, I'm attorney Lady Darren Arcega of the Darren Arcega Law Firm, and we are handling his cases, which has just been filed before the Regional Trial Court of Taguig City.
Okay po. Mas po, ma'am, an overview
po. The Regional Trial Court of Taguig. A firm there. Oh boy. Is she a prosecutor? She better be a prosecutor.
Kumusta po si Sir Vitali po ngayon? When was the last time you saw him? How is he?
He is better now. I saw him just last week. Yeah.
Oh no, she's legal counsel. Baby Arcega is legal counsel. That means she's playing defense on this one. Okay.
I think I saw him late last week. He's better now. I'm saying better because he was not really good before. He's in a very bad place, emotionally, psychologically. Of course, alam mo naman it's a detention facility in the Bureau of Immigration. But of course, it's still kind of a jail that is meant to somehow punish.
To intimidate. Yes. Meant to do that.
For one time, before she was able to say hi, he just started crying and couldn't stop talking.
Oh no, he's crying now? Oh, poor Vitali, we feel so for you. It's almost as bad for you as I feel for that woman who you beat the fucking shit out of. But what happened to your confident little smirking, your little laughing, your little emos that you were throwing in the courtroom when they were talking about your potential sentencing? What happened to all that? Exactly. Why is it gone now? What changed? Oh, you don't like being in jail? Maybe don't go around breaking the law and being an asshole. Did you ever consider that? Too late now, but just saying.
So, you know, as
nice.
Counsel, I'm there as an emotional support. Pero, of course, wala akong nagawa, but just to...
You know, I'd rather actually prefer type of thing the chat actually just being there. Okay. Oh, hold on. Let me just go right to where the chat portion of the thing is. Okay, just give me a moment here. Anyway, we'll get back right into it. All right, we'll just get right back into it.
Cry with him, pray with him. He's now better kasi he's found his faith. Nagbabasa na siya ng Bible. I brought him for devotion, daily devotion, and he's doing better, and he's just hoping that when the time comes, may encourage an opportunity to ask for the forgiveness of the people he offended and also of the Filipino people. And talagang sising-sisi yung tao. Liza, I didn't want to take the case because I was also very mad about what he did. But, we are a Christian nation. We believe in forgiveness, and I hope na dumating tayo doon because this guy is really a changed guy, and he wants to seek forgiveness.
Opo. Ngayon po kasi ay nag-release po ng statement yung DILG, no? And it was stated in the statement, attorney, about the letter that he sent to our officials, pleading that we drop the case. Pero yun nga po, sabi nila, ipupush through pa rin po nila. Ngayon po na desidido po sila ngayon. Kumusta po ang preparation po natin for the case, attorney?
The letter, I think they said that modern Vitali before I was their counsel. And nabasa ko naman siya. The focus naman, I just hope to clarify, the focus is not really about dropping the cases. It was about forgiveness. So hindi naman yun, ayun na namang legal aspect yung kaso. That's my job. Pero doon sa letter,
He is suffering from mental health issues. He is basically regretting everything that he's done. He's playing, again, the religion card as well, too. So, number of things that are actually happening. But of course, basically, the only thing that we're thankful for is he's finally showing and he's finally cracked. Okay?
it was more on a plea for forgiveness.
And this is his attorney, right? I think she's just covering for him, right? She's saying that the letter that he wrote, basically asking for forgiveness, wasn't like an attempt to try to get the charges dropped. Yes, it was. It's precisely what it was. He wants freedom. He was like, he's writing that letter saying, I'm so sorry, forgive me, please, because he wants to be let out. There's no other reason for it. It wasn't the depths of his heart that he apologized to the Filipino people, really regretting what he did. People that do that oftentimes accept their punishment too. They accept, you know what, I did something wrong, I deserve to be punished, and that's it, I'm sorry. And that's what they do. Nah, he doesn't want that. He wants out. And I mean, if that was the case, why would he say, make the mental health plea as well? Come on, guys. Also, I love the I found God play. Is that your way of convincing people that you've changed?
So yung about the cases that are about to start, ang ano pa lang naman doon, the preparation is mainly for the prosecution because prosecution goes ahead of the defense. But I'm hoping to be able to show during the first few days of trial that everything that he did wrong was done in jest. Wala siyang criminal intent. It was taken as jokes, pranks, yung violation kasi ng revised penal code, most violations there would require that there's criminal intent. But wala po talaga siyang intention na criminal when she did those tasteless jokes. It's not really about whether malala yung ginawa niya. Malala talaga, nakakainis. I want to tell yung sa mga kapwa ko pa Pilipino na kahit ako nagalit, but as far as violation of the revised penal code is concerned for unjust fixation, we just hope to show during trial na wala talagang criminal intent.
Basically, Vitali's counsel would like to actually show that there is no criminal intent in his activities. Okay? Basically, no criminal intent in his activities. That's how the counsel is actually phrasing this for him. Okay?
And if the opportunity comes for him to meet the complainants also, then at least kung mapagbigyan ng korte, at least makahingi siya doon ng tawad for offending them. But again, as to the criminal aspect, we hope that the court will see that criminal intent was not in his heart or in his mind during those times.
Copy po, attorney. Pahabol lang po ng question. Bali, ilang trial o ilang hearing po in-expect natin, attorney? One question lang po about that. May idea na po ba tayo? Parang, sa tingin niyo po, gano'n po katagal yung trial nito?
How long would the trial be? How long would the trial be? The anchor is asking the counsel.
Last a year for the hearing?
Well, it's we have continuous trials. So I think masyado every other week. But we hope to get faster trial dates. I hope it be done in 4 trial dates because in the information there are 4 witnesses who are also the complainants. Tatlo kasing cases yan and parehas yung nandoon. So makukonsolidate yan hopefully in one court. And if they stick to the list of witnesses in the information which is 4, then there's a 1-day 1 witness rule. So that should be 4 trial dates. We include arraignment and pre-trial which is for 1 day. So that's 5 trial dates for the prosecution. I hope na matapos siya in a month or 2. I really hope. Of course, nakadepend tayo sa calendar ng court. Of course, ang problema natin sa court, medyo clogged ang docket, but we can only pray for the best and hope na talagang mabilis siyang matapos.
Guys, I gotta ask, what is this? What is this? What is this? I mean, really? You guys are still not subscribed to my channel? For the number of people who are actually checking out my channel at all, if you guys got any particular reason for actually being in my channel, rather than actually reacting to my rather lackluster content, and I try to actually do my best to do edits with, please think that I am trying to do uploads as much as possible and trying to innovate. And you guys can actually see that every type of attention that I have always fluctuates. So it's not exactly going downhill at all. And I'm moving at a snail's pace. It's not exactly a bad thing either. So if there's any way possible for you to actually support my YouTube channel at all, the best thing you can do right by me, at least in all these ways possible, is to at least subscribe. Subscribe to my YouTube channel, like my videos, try to give some comments, whether they are actually going to criticize me or not, it doesn't matter. This is a good way to actually support every content creator that there is. I'm still a small content creator trying to get around. So if you could actually please do the due diligence by actually clicking on the red subscribe button, it will help me go a long way.
Though I know a lot of that might have been kind of difficult to understand because it was in English and Tagalog, but for the gist of it, it seems like she's saying that it could be about 5 trial dates total for like the whole thing because of how many witnesses there are, possibly less. But then she's also saying that they're hoping to get things going within the next couple of months, get that process started, which might be difficult because they have a serious backlog of a lot of cases. So if they do end up getting it expedited, that means they're showing some favoritism towards Vitaly, which they said they wouldn't show favoritism towards him. So we'll have to see what happens. Either way, he doesn't really win because he doesn't really have a home to go back to. He can't go back to
Exactly.
the United States.
Because he has been while the cases are on him. On this actual occasion right here, he has been disowned. Okay.
Maybe he can find a way to appeal the decision for him to stay here or to be exiled from the United States effectively. Who knows? But either way, he's in trouble. Things are not going to be easy for him. Yeah, in that same video where he's looking all smug and stuff, you can actually hear John Vic Ramola talk about how they have a huge backlog of cases, and the whole time he's still smiling, grinning, and emoting. He doesn't even know that this would be his undoing.
1,300 cases from 2016. We are solving 30 cases a month. So parang one a day.
Yeah, that is so crazy. They said 1,300 cases and they get through 30 a month. Yeah, he's in. That's why they were saying to like 2 to 3 years before the shit even gets solved. So
exactly.
It's not looking like it's going to be any better. At this point, the interviewers are talking about the actual charges against him. That's where we'll go from here.
Okay po, attorney. Ma'am, tama po no, unjust vexation. Ilan po ba yung inireklamo po? And lahat po ba ay sa Taguig? O may iba pa pong areas, ma'am?
Yes,
okay.
sa Taguig lahat. It's unjust vexation in relation to anti-cybercrime law because there was an allegation of the video getting uploaded online. So that's the information that we read. That's from criminal information. And we are expecting that the prosecution, as they usually do, would ask that this be consolidated in one court, in one judge.
Attorney, hindi ba bailable to? Hindi naman po siya reclusion perpetua, di ba? I mean, bakit hindi pa siya pwede mag-bail?
There was already application for bail filed before the Bureau of Immigration. Thank you for pointing that out. Yun nga, of course, these are bailable offenses. But even if we post bail in court, ang detention niya, custody niya is with the Bureau of Immigration. So it's up to the Bureau of Immigration to allow him to post bail. And we already filed a petition for bail with the Bureau of Immigration stating na since at that time kasi wala pang charges, when he was already in detention since April 2 and nagkaroon lang ng case ngayon after the resolution of the complaint. So for those 60 days, I think, nakakulong siya na walang charge. So we already filed a petition for bail. We are hoping and praying that the Bureau of Immigration would grant that. If that's granted, then we can also post bail para the court.
Well, you heard the lady. They're trying to get him approved for bail because without the theft charge, the one that's been dropped, he can get bail potentially. So now that's where they're trying to go. That's the direction that they're headed in. So it is possible you might be seeing Vitaly out of jail much sooner than he deserves. I hope not. I think he really deserves to be there for 3 years. Again, not for necessarily what he did in the Philippines. I don't think he deserves 3 years for that. I think he deserves way longer, but for the other crimes that he did in other places, like again, the one I keep mentioning of him beating the brakes off of that lady for no reason, like he absolutely deserves to be there for a long time.
Oh yeah, that's right.
To atone for those sins. I mean, you found God, then you should want to atone for those sins, man. Like, if they let him out early, he's gonna learn nothing. It's gonna be like the same thing as we gotta.
For you to actually redeem yourself, for you to actually fully learn from your mistakes, you've got to do so much more than just post bail because you're charged. You've got to experience the sentence. You've got to experience the sentence to absolutely know how it feels like. Okay, that is the only way for you to actually learn the true extent of your mistakes. The true consequence to not only the mistakes that you did, but to the absolute conscious choices that you made, bro. Basically, Vitaly made his choice by actually doing those things in the beginning. It started not in Taguig, but in Boracay. But for Pete's sake, it only ends up until or within Taguig, Bonifacio Global City. But here we are. We're just looking like idiots. Right? They're just making us look like idiots. They think that the ones in Boracay don't matter. Seriously, they just really think we're idiots here. Right. Let's get back to it.
Slap on the wrist. Yeah, he had to bunk with a couple of people a little too close to him in Praia, didn't get to eat too well and get his roids and stuff, which sucks. I'm sure that wasn't great for his mental health. But then he just gets out after a few months. Come on, people. Don't let this happen.
A petition for bail, maybe not. We can follow up. I'll let you know. We will follow up kung meron ng kung may movement na sa petition for bail na
Ayun
to
po.
let you know.
And laban dito sa Russian vlogger, sir, can you give us initial information regarding that?
Well, in the series of videos naman that he had, it was more than 3 cases of unjust vexation. Meron pa siyang mga motorsiklo, meron siyang hinaras sa matanda,
You mean the theft cases? I thought they'd been dropped though.
meron siyang hinalikan na sa security guard. So if you look at the sum total of what he posted, it was really more than 3. Lagpas talaga siya sa 3. So may parang naghahanda pa ang prosecution ng a couple of more cases para sa kanya.
Apo, pero hindi pa po tayo sure kung ano pong klase pa po ng mga complaints ang ipa-file, sir. They're just preparing additional cases, sir, to file.
After investigation ng prosecution, may marami pa lumabas na ibang witness. So, inaano nila, ini-examine nila yung merits ng case. At
Copy po,
ma'am.
Secretary. I interviewed the legal counsel of the vlogger po, Secretary, at sila po ay naghain daw po ng petition for bail. Ano po reaction ng DILG dyan, sir? Dapat po ba nating payagan ang petition na ito?
personally, talagang hindi dapat. Pangalawa, dapat mapagensya naman yung mga abogado niya. Sinusubukan na lang suhulan yung mga witness para mag-recant ng testimony nila. Tapos ngayon mag-petition for bail sila.
Yeah,
Bail sila.
exactly.
Parang mali naman yata yan, di ba? They are malicious and they are making a mockery of the law.
Secretary, one last na lang po ngayon. Reaction niyo po sa sinabi po ng legal counsel na nagbagong buhay na daw po ang Russian vlogger.
Nagbagong buhay. You changed your ways. You changed your trajectory. No. That's not believable in the slightest, bro. That's not believable in the slightest, Vitaly. The true measure of whether you change is if you have actually gone through the experience of seeing beyond what your spirit is, okay? You gotta let your spirit change with the time, okay? And unfortunately, since you never wanted to actually change from all that time in Miami, it's you deserve what is going to happen to you. You deserve what is going to happen to you, all right? You are going to stay there for longer.
At humihingi ng sorry sa lahat po ng kanyang mga naagrabyado sa kanyang mga poster. Go ahead.
Well, I'm very happy for him.
So John Vick here is basically saying a couple things. One, fuck bail. That's basically what he's saying there. He's like, nah, he doesn't deserve to get bail.
Yeah.
John Vick here, he wants to make sure that Vitaly serves his time. He wants to make sure of that. And secondly, he's also saying that he's got more charges being dropped on his head. This ain't the end of it. There's more charges to be filed against Vitaly, and they're going to keep him there for as long as they can. And thirdly, I'm not sure about this one, but it seems like he was saying maybe that Vitaly was doing better, that he found God and he's a changed man. I think that's why John Vick says, well, good for him. John Vick is literally like Vitaly's boogeyman, you know? Like, he fears him. Vitaly literally goes to sleep having nightmares of John Vick in that courtroom, telling him about the 1,300 cases and how he's going to be locked up for a long time. No, this man haunts his dreams. He is the shepherd of his nightmares. It's terrible for the guy. And John Vick is my hero right now. He's the opposite for me for what he is to Vitaly. He is my hero right now.
Yeah.
You know, it is such a relief. Every time I see this guy popped up, it puts a fucking smile on my face. Hell yeah, dude. Put this dude behind bars and keep him there. Throw away the damn key if you want to. This man deserves no forgiveness right now. He really doesn't. He deserves to rot in jail for being a disgusting human being. Vile, violent piece of shit.
I'm gonna be real with you of this entire thing. I'm gonna be real with you of what I feel about this entire thing. Okay. As much as it is exciting to actually see someone actually behind bars as a way of punishment for crimes that seem light, you would actually hate the type of person who doesn't see from the perspective of others, who doesn't learn to actually be in another's shoes. Basically, you come off as insensitive. Anyone who doesn't want to feel from the perspective of another, of what is being done to them, is considered insensitive. They're that type of person, insensitivity. And insensitivity can, unfortunately, if you actually will really damage the person's psyche, it will be really damaging in the long run to the victim. Okay? Now, considering that his activity was never intended to be criminal, the contract that he placed on Christopher Sliking Dantes was not intended for criminal activity at all. Regardless of whether it is criminal activity or no, there is still liability because people complained about him. His behavior was unacceptable. And considering that as a tourist, he should act accordingly. He really should have done more research. He really should have been more considerate. He doesn't even hear, okay, I think he never heard of any life stories from others who experience the Philippines as they are. So basically, he doesn't care. He just cares about gambling. He cares about reputation. Basically, nothing else, bro. Oh, man. It's really sad. It's really just absolutely sad to actually see a content creator actually go on the deep end like this. It's really just sad. Considering that there is potential for him, but he wasted it. He wasted it on simple acts of trolling. For what? To gain not just only notoriety, but also recognition, which is already bad enough. It's a sad way to be a content creator and a sad way to actually just create content for the sake of money and for the sake of desperation for the money. It's just, why are we even here on the internet if we're only just purely after the cash? Seriously, do better.